it hits home to see a brother just so disparagingly talk about an issue he knows nothing about.
Welcome on another episode, you guys. Just when we thought that the conversation of men versus bear or bear versus men was coming to an end, this creator decided to give us a twist and a very ridiculous take. And it's going viral. People are currently talking about it as well. There are so many men who were pissed at this conversation, who were pissed at the fact that women were picking the bear, and some can still get over the fact that women are picking the bear till date. It seems like this man falls into the category of men who cannot just get over the fact that women are picking bear over men. He decided to give a ridiculous take and as well changed the question and saying he would rather be stuck in the forest with a bear, that he's never going to choose a woman as well. Then he went on to mention some ridiculous take on why he is going to be picking the bear over a woman, and every single thing that this man has to say is still the reason why women are picking the bear over the men. Let's get right into the ridiculous take that this man talked about in his video on why he's picking the bear, and as well what people are saying about his video, because it is currently going viral.
Honestly, fellas, I see why the women are picking the bear. And if we being honest, if they asked us, would we rather be stuck in the woods with a bear or a woman? I'd probably be stuck in the woods with a bear. Because I never seen a mama bear pick her kids up on Friday and drop them off at her grandma's house and don't pick them up until Sunday night. I ain't never seen a mama bear wake up one day and just decide that she's unhappy, so the whole house has to be unhappy, and she leaves her marriage and her kids. I never seen a mama bear put her babies in a microwave and turn it on for an excessive amount of time to ultimately kill her child because of postpartum. I never heard a mama bear saying that her youngest kid was getting bullied by her two older kids, so she killed her two older kids and kept them in the freezer for years while people were searching for her kids. I never once had these type of things come from a mama bear, so I'm pretty much skeptical of dealing with a woman in the woods. I'm sorry, I'm just putting it out there. Would we rather be stuck in the woods with a bear or a woman? I'd probably be stuck in the woods with a bear.
You know, that video got me a little emotional, because besides that brother saying that he would choose the bear over a black woman, he goes on further in that video to talk about postpartum depression, which is how I lost my wife and how I became a single father of two little girls. So it hits home to see a brother just so disparagingly talk about an issue he knows nothing about. But brother, I can promise you one thing above all, is that black women are grateful you chose the bear. Black women are eternally grateful you chose to leave them alone. I beg of you only one thing. Keep your promise and leave black women alone.
I never seen a mama bear put her babies in a...
So ever since I found out I was pregnant, I've been having these moments where I realize that society really doesn't see women as individuals, and this is one of those moments. In the eyes of this man and many other men, and even society as a whole, we have a role to fulfill, whether it be intimately, reproductively, or domestically. And at the end of the day, that role oftentimes boils down to servitude and motherhood. It's why, even in this hypothetical situation, guys like this cannot help but do the same thing to the bear. Because regardless of the fact that this bear is still a bear at the end of the day, it's, oh, well, at least she's fulfilling her role as mother in a way that you humans don't, even though that's objectively untrue, as some mama bears eat their cubs if they are sickly or deformed in some way. It's why, as this guy goes on to talk about the absolutely devastating consequences of postpartum depression, postpartum rage, and postpartum psychosis, he only sees it in the lens of, oh, this mom let her family down, and not the community let this mom down when they did not get her the help that she so desperately needed before it went on to negatively impact her children to the point of death. There is no space for needs or wants or disappointments or dreams or independence. You have a role to do, and you better do that role correctly, or else I'd rather be in the woods with a bear who does. And I can see how that builds resentment, not only amongst the gender wars, but amongst women as a unit. I've never gotten more hate in my life than after I announced that I was pregnant, overwhelmingly from women. And I was wondering why, but I'm starting to wonder if we as women have started to internalize some of that energy. And our own traumas notwithstanding, as we work to resist these very systems, do we get a little upset with the women who perpetuate them by stepping wholeheartedly into these roles of servitude, like motherhood? Because we're not allowed to be independent individual people, we are viewed as a monolith. And so the monolith better move one way or else the whole monolith gets stuck. And I could be way off the mark here. I very likely am. But it's the idea that came to me while I listened to this guy, on the heels of many other guys, ramble on and on about how they'd rather be stuck in the woods with a bear, not because women pose some greater threat to their livelihoods or their well-being or their safety, the way that women have been talking about for days, but because women failed them in some domestic or intimate role, and therefore they're better off with the bear because of it. I wonder how all this noise that we're always hearing gets internalized in us. But I don't know. Anyway, that guy's dumb.
I'd probably be stuck in the woods with a bear because I never seen a mama bear pick her.
That's why you can't give SLOW people a smartphone. You just can't. Let's go to the statistics. So statistically, only about 10% of all brutal crimes, murders, X, Y, and Z are actually done by women.
Pop that neck, sis!
Boom. And statistically, only 17% of known serial killers are actual women? Now, we can go on about this all day, but growing up, my mom, my grandma, all the women and men in my family always told me to, at night, be careful of strange men.
Pop that neck!
Actually, all men. Now, I love my men, love y'all always, but let's state the facts. Statistically, 90% of the brutal crimes and murders are done by men. So statistically, 83% of serial killers are actual men. So if you're a smart person, you would pay attention to the statistics maybe and beware, right? So we're just supposed to play dumb to make y'all feel comfortable. God.
We'd rather be stuck in the woods with a bear or a woman. I'd probably be stuck in the woods with a bear.
I'd pick that choice for you too. I'd pick that choice for you and all of the men like you, because honestly, I think how making that choice would turn out for you and all of the men like you would not only be best for you, it would be best for women, all women.
Would we rather be stuck in the woods with a bear or a woman? I'd probably be stuck in the woods with a bear.
I think y'all have lost the plot because help me get this together. So now you're choosing the bear. So why were you mad at us for choosing the bear? And then we explained to you why we chose the bear, because we've had certain experiences with men. That's why we chose the bear. And now you're telling us certain experiences you've had with women. That's why you chose the bear. So why were you mad at us for choosing the bear? You should know why, because you would choose the bear too. No, you're mad because we didn't choose you.
Stuck in the woods with a bear or a woman? I'd probably be stuck in the woods with a bear because...
Hi, it's Conscious. I wanted to just tell you a couple of things. Number one, so animals eat their babies when they're overwhelmed. I don't know if you know that. Like, a cat can be overwhelmed because she had too many kittens, and she will literally eat or kill her own babies. Without having postpartum depression. Her animal instinct is going to make her do that. I also want to elaborate on this whole the microwave because of the baby. First of all, you shut your mouth because you don't even know what postpartum depression is. That shit is not, oh, I had a baby, I'm so sad. That's not the way it works. See, if you weren't so ignorant as a black man, which is so embarrassing because the knowledge is literally everywhere. You literally decided to get on Beyonce's internet and say some dumbass shit without fact checking it. Postpartum depression comes from a chemical imbalance from a woman after she gives birth. So it's literally a fucking chemical imbalance in her brain that she can't control, and it can drive her crazy if it doesn't get taken care of. And by the way, if I'm not mistaken, I just want to just jump back on this bear thing real quick. If a fucking baby, if a bear has the little cubs and the fucking cub is sick, she will kill it. She will eat it. Eat it. She's going to consume what she sat there and carried and was tired and had to go to her appointment. The whole, oh, I don't see a mama bear dropping her kids off to the grandmom while she go party and don't come back till Sunday. Guess what? Guess what? Mama bears will, their children leave the nest after a while, and they don't have family reunions and shit. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you really don't make no sense. I can't stand when people get online and really are ignorant. Like, the real definition of ignorant. You don't know, but you came on here and started running your mouth. And then I'm thinking, like, everything he's saying sound like in those situations the father wasn't around. So if you're talking about black women and you're saying, oh, they have postpartum depression, oh, they're dropping the children off to the grandmother on the weekends, where is the father in any of those situations? See, I didn't hear you say, oh, they dropping them, the kids off with the grandma because the dad ain't around, or the dad, ain't doing what he need to do. I ain't hear you say none of that. Just bitterness. Y'all really got a problem with us, but y'all the first ones that want to stick your dick inside of us. I don't understand it. Like that man was saying on a video about you don't need to deal with no black woman at all. Cause from my look on the outside looking in, you are disgusting. The fact that you could even say anything about women that's dealing with postpartum depression, you don't know what the fuck we go through anyway, period. Then they have a baby, and 9 times out of 10, she's doing everything because y'all don't do nothing. If you really want to go there for the ones that do, I commend you, but I can guarantee you that a bunch of women to jump under my comments and let you know that from the time they carried that baby, they was at every appointment. They went to every appointment, not the dads. But it's going to be those rare comments, rare, by the way, where they shouldn't be, by the way. Rare comments like, my baby father was there, but those are rare comments. Majority of my comments are going to say, yep, my baby father don't want to do what he need to do because me and him not together no more. Oh, my baby father don't want to do what he need to do because he can't control me no more. It's always going to be a reason why they can't take care of their kids. But you want to come at a black woman? Statistics say, you know what I'm saying, if you compare the black mother to the black father, the black mother is more present in their children's lives than the black father. See, Friday to Sunday, that ain't nothing. She got them babies every day. She deserves Friday to Sunday. You know what? I'm just going to stop there.
This is the most delusional take on this whole conversation. Like, it literally starts down in his car, and you would have thought he was about to say something very meaningful. From all of the things that he said in this video, there was never a time where he mentioned that he's scared of women. He said he's going to pick the bear because he feels like women are not doing their roles well, and he believes that the mama bear is going to do the roles better. If the only reason why you want to choose the bear is because you think a gender is not performing their role well, then you are the delusional one here, and that is one of the reasons why these women are still choosing the bear. These people are literally screaming with statistics on how unsafe they are with your gender, but you sat down there and start shaming women for going through postpartum depression. The same postpartum depression that has cost so many women their life and has cost so many kids their mother is what this creator literally sat in his car and started talking like it's just something very easy and something very fun. There are so many comments in the comment section of some people talking about that they do not know that postpartum depression is something that serious. It is actually very, very serious. If you have been around someone who is going through postpartum depression, it's not the best time ever because you literally have to struggle to get out of the bed the following day and just do the same thing over and over again. It's literally a mental thing. This comment said, I used to think women were overreacting when it came down to postpartum until I recently went through it myself, and man, I tell you, it took a lot for me not to give up. Another person said, when he mentioned postpartum, I was shocked. That was a new low I never had, and it was painful. Obviously, it's painful, knowing fully well that there are people who had passed because of this, and just mentioning like it's just something very random and just saying it like that is the craziest part. Another person said, even women don't acknowledge depression. My entire family calls it laziness. They will believe it when I'm gone though. I hope God gives you the strength to go through this moment and nothing happens to you or your child. Another person said, I don't even have postpartum depression, and postpartum is so hard. I have never been happier, but also never been harder on myself. I cry when my baby cries, and I'm excessively mean to my fiance. This man does not understand the mental load on women after giving birth. Like getting themselves back together, like the person in the mirror not looking like the person that they are familiar with. And then he sat down in that car and just said it randomly. Like another person said, I did not realize I was going through postpartum for almost a year. It didn't eat until I seen all the weight I lost and how my only focus was my baby. Another person said, it literally only described this bear as a mom. Exactly. And the last one said is extremely embarrassing. Picking the bear because a small percentage of people go through psychosis and do terrible things. He can't even say he's afraid of women because he's not. Obviously, that was the very first thing I noticed in his video. There was no time where he mentioned that he was scared of women, which is one of the things that women have been talking about, that they are scared of this man. He never said he was scared of women. He was just talking about how they do not do some rule perfectly according to him. I was just talking about how it feels like the mama bear would do some rule perfectly than the women. Imagine having a counter attack saying women are dropping their kids with their mom on Friday and they are not going to pick the kids throughout the entire weekend. Even the kids want to be with the grandma. Like the kids want to be with the grandparents. Like, how is that even a point? How is that even making sense to you? The people have a question. Let me know what you guys think about what he said. Let me know what you think about these speeches as well. And I will see you guys in the next one.